What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to ICNV Driversedition. Today, well, this conversation is kind of interesting because sometimes we forget, and I say that again, sometimes we forget that everybody hasn't upgraded to a C8 Corvette. So I got a couple messages asking, is it now time to buy a Corvette? So let's dive into that conversation. Okay, so we all understand today the news was dropped. The first Grand Sport X has been produced for consumer purchase. So that means we'll probably see the first Grand Sport X delivered in the matter of 2 to 3 weeks, just in time for Labor Day. And I'm expecting to be a frenzy once we see this car on the streets because people have all this high expectations. And the expectations are this car is going to be a monster. It's going to put down some new record-breaking 0 to 60 times, which I don't believe it's going to be faster than a ZR1. But everybody has high hopes and high dreams. But along with high hopes and high dreams and the release of a new model comes price drops. You hear me correctly. The market will adjust. And with that conversation today, what happened was I got a couple messages asking me, is the market at the right time to buy? Now, my answer to you is, hold on, be patient. The summer is almost over. If you haven't got a car yet, you can handle waiting another 6 to 8 weeks. I recommend you look to get a car from Halloween to 2 weeks before Christmas. I believe the best deals will be made to have then on any type of performance car, especially the Corvette. I want to see what happens with the market once the GSX actually hits the streets, and there are probably more than, let's just say, 300 of them rolling around. And looking at the market today, I will sit there and say this. I can understand why a lot of people are itchy. I got rid of Zeus. Yes, my Corvette C8, I call it Zeus. I got rid of Zeus almost a full year ago for $60,000. And today I can buy a newer version of the same car with more options. You heard me again, with more options for $61,000. And honestly, I've actually thought about that because I'm in a strange place, whereas I'm in the market for a Corvette as well. And I can't really figure out how much of an investment I want to make into this market space, because my thoughts is I want to see what happens with the C9 over the next 3 years. And I know if I turn around and purchase, let's just say, another base C8 with more options for 61 to 65,000, 3 years from now, let's just say 4, in 2030, I will almost have this car paid off, if not paid off. And at the same point in time, I do see Z06s and E-Rays that are floating right at that bare minimum range I want to spend for a car, but that type of commitment will be something different. And the reason why I say that is because I've truly learned, and this is a heavy weight on my shoulders, I truly learned if I would have never got rid of my C7 Corvette, I necessarily didn't have to jump directly into a C8. And if I would have just waited, let's just say an extra 18 months from when the C8 initially came out, which wasn't hard, I would have owned my C7 Corvette. So I'm at a place whereas I would like to own a Corvette or own some other car to have something in the inventory of fleet, because it's easy to chase crazier things or crazier performance if you have something already in the stable. But that's just my opinion, and we kind of sidetrack. So let's get back on focus. So what I want to get across to you is, once the Grand Sport X hits the streets, I feel like the market's going to adjust again. A lot of these cars that you're looking at today may drop another 2 to 3 grand in price. I would say somewhere around 5. And because we're heading into the fall, the market is going to shift anyway. So if you're looking to get a car, I would say just be patient, because you're going to see another shift in the market because the summer prices have to fade away because there are too many winter states. You heard me correctly. There are too many states that harbor winter months where the cars really can't be driven. And so only real consumers are looking to buy in the cold months. And most people can't afford to pay or have a car sitting in the garage as a new purchase this early in the game. So I think if you're looking to get something specific, or if you're looking for a crazy color or a color combination, you may be able to find it because there are so many Corvettes on the streets. Now, with all that in mind, I don't think it matters whether you're looking for a base C8, an E-Ray, or a Z06. The ZR1s and the ZR1Xs, those prices are going to kind of sit where they're going to sit. Mainly because those cars are so hard and so rare and they're so underpopulated, or should I say produced, that the change in the season is not really going to change that pricing that much to make it anything that you want to go desire and purchase. But I will say, looking at the market today, I've seen several Z06s drop, I would say, $5,000 to $10,000 in pricing that was sitting on the same bill of lots back in May. I've seen the pricing for 2020 Corvettes, yes, the first model year C8s. I've seen the pricing for 2020 C8s with 3, 4, 5, 6,000 miles drop 15 grand from the pricing back in February. So let that sink in, that the market is still shifting and it's shifting hard. A lot of people have transformed or jumped to the 2026 interior, and now the 2027 base C8 has more power, so we have some people looking to get that because they are chasing performance. But for those of you that have been holding on to your C6s and C7s looking for great deals, there are a lot of Corvettes under $60,000. You heard me correctly. There are a lot of Corvettes under $60,000. And if you don't mind a 1LT, you can probably get some good steals because I've seen Corvettes as low as $48,995. Yes, they may have 23,000 miles on them. Yes, they may have 30,000 miles on them. But we're talking about a mid-engine performance car compared to the C7 or the C6 you're driving right now, some with 60,000 miles on them. And that's the thing. You see C6 Corvettes, C7 Corvettes listed in the same price range with similar mileage. So if you want to take that leap forward, I think the opportunity for you will be there very shortly. And like I said before, I think the best bang for your buck right now, if you're just looking to step up to the C8 platform, there are multiple, and you hear me again, there are multiple 3LT between 2020 and 2023 Corvette C8s out there, nicely equipped, nose lift, every package you want, every box checked. For $65,000 and less, you can typically find them somewhere between 59 and 70 grand. And if you ask me for cars with MSRPs of 91,000, 96,000, 89,000, they are steals. $30,000 off that MSRP with under 6,000 miles. I don't know what more you can ask for, but maybe I'm just looking at this the wrong way. But tell me in the comments below, are you in the market for a Corvette C8? What type of C8 are you looking for? What is the price range you're looking for? And in your opinion, what would be the best deal you can get on a Corvette? Because today I see 2027 models already listed with 2 and 3 grand off the MSRP. I see some 2027 models listed with 2 grand above MSRP. So that just tells you, depending on what demographic you're in and what area you're in, some people are looking to make money and other dealers are looking to move these cars because they don't want to sit on them. And at that same point in time, when you look across the country, because a lot of people that ask me these questions and say, where are you finding these cars, are really sticking to their local area. And I understand because of historical past bad deals and not being able to see cars and drive them, that many people like to shop in their local area. But today there are too many benefits out there with using the internet. And if you're concerned about a car, I would say buy certified. If a dealership is willing to certify a car, I'm willing to take a risk on it. But in my opinion, it's hard to pass up a car in your price range with under 6,000 miles. I get it, some cars can be beat on. There could possibly be some form of wear and tear that you need to be concerned about. But statistically, cars that have been preserved that low type of mileage with everything with them, I've seen cars with the chargers, the placard car that comes with it, with the color, the whole 9 yards with the car. When a person is that meticulous about their vehicle that they give all of that to the dealership, I'm willing to take a risk on that car. That's just my opinion. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you ready to buy a car? Are you in the market to buy a car? And do you believe the pricing right now is the ideal time for you to buy a car? I say give it 8 more weeks and then we can talk. ICNV Driver Edition. Go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, join the ICNV Driver Edition community. We are an interactive community, which means if you hit me up on any one of my social media platforms or in the comments below, I'll do my best to respond. And if the topic you bring up is interesting enough, I may even shoot a video on it. But don't forget, we're also a community of car enthusiasts that love to drive cars to make you turn your head that aren't your everyday people movers. If you're one of those individuals, go ahead and lock into the channel, subscribe to your boy. We got more interesting content like this coming your way, and you don't want to miss out. Remember, we were all made in his image and given dominion over the world, which means we weren't just meant to be. So chase your dreams, build your visions, never ever give up, and embrace your own identity. We were all given unique gifts to become the best versions of us that we can possibly be. So step into your calling and become the blessing to the world that you were meant to be. Remember, you can be the one and not the one at the same time, because it's okay to be unique. Just remember to stay humble, stay focused, and stay blessed. And I'll see you in these streets, and hopefully behind the wheels of the new car that you desire. Peace.